Hello everybody and welcome back to the Chassis Variant series. Myself, Critical Rocket, and we're on with the Novas still. This is the Bravo configuration. Now the Bravo is still focused around long range combat like the Alpha, but with a little bit more diversity to it. So it comes stock with a large pulse, a Ultra AC5, a ER small, and 2 machine guns, which means you get a little bit more variety. And if we go sort of from top to bottom, this is the first of the Novas that actually comes with some ballistics hardpoints rather than all energy, which we've seen with the previous ones. So obviously with all Omnimechs the speed is going to remain the same, it's going to have the same jump jets and everything, but how does this one really play so differently? I'd say one of the first problems that any of the Novas come across that have any ammunition based weapons is that there's a chronic lack of ammunition stock. The UAC-5 has only a single ton, the machine guns are gasping for machine gun ammunition, which leaves you with a large pulse laser, which on its own, unless the target's already opened up and extremely damaged, is not going to be doing a lot for you. And the machine guns are only going to be for close-up, and the small lasers just, you know, filling in the gap with the machine gun fire anyway. I actually think this one is a bit of a dud, although it has more hardpoints, and it's nice that I believe it's the left torso has 2 ballistics hardpoints in though, out of the Bravo. I can't really think of any other reason you'd want to take this one. Again, like the Alpha, it's kind of outclassed by just the sheer damage potential of the Prime. It's hard to overcome that 12 energy hardpoint powerhouse that it is. That it almost feels like at this point, with the way the skill system now works, having just the Prime is more than adequate for any builds you want to come up with, since a majority of clan mechs that boat energy weapons will take things these days like a few heavy lasers or a whole bunch of pulse lasers, that kind of thing. And anything that takes missiles or ballistics are already better catered for in some of the other mediums or heavies that are available in the clan lineup. So the Nova does really well in the energy kind of field anyway. So right off the bat, I really wouldn't recommend the Bravo. I thought when I was doing the drops, Bravo would actually work out a lot better than it did, but sadly, I just didn't click with it. I don't know if anyone else has had any luck running a stock Nova Bravo, and I don't really think many people will still keep it around, to be honest. As I said, outside of the maybe keeping the Omnipods around for the ballistics hardpoints, there's not much reason to. Outside in the past, when you had to have 3 variants to master your mechs, obviously you would pick and choose which of the 3 were the best. Now, at this point, going through the Alpha and the Bravo, the Prime really isn't outdone by any of the other variants, and I can't see much of a reason to recommend them. Clan mechs cost way more in C-bills, so yeah, it's hard to really sort of get excited about them in the same way. It's not to say the Nova is a bad mech, it's just the Alpha and Bravo configurations don't understand you can just 6 ER medium something with one and then another 6 with another, and just tear components off mechs or just outright kill them if you get them in the right spot. So yeah, the Alpha and Bravo just so far aren't really living up to it. And I'll let you know, the Charlie and the Delta, they don't get much better. But you'll see when you see it. So if you're watching these out of order, you've already seen what the Charlie and the Delta can do for me for some reason. As far as this match went, it was a bit like Paul Kiff in the command of a flying bistro. It was doomed from the start. It was going to go well. I can't honestly say that I've had many satisfying losses or victories on Grim Plexus. I've never really felt like I've had a really, really good fight. It's a map that feels, I don't know, it just feels imbalanced. It just feels like whatever team starts on one side or the other, depending on game type, really does determine a huge advantage. No more so than with Domination, although obviously this isn't that mode. It's one of those maps that I think may need a balance tweak in the future. I don't know. I don't have particularly memorable matches on it, so oh well. There's not much of this other than seeing me flail around miserably and get my ass handed to me. I think I got knocked at one point, and I realised that there was something running around. What I didn't realise is that it was going to be a Black Lanner of all things that was doing the narking. But as soon as I spotted him, I just realised, oh yeah, one of those has a narc beacon. So yeah, I think the rest of it was me fighting a Black Lanner with some other guys, and then just getting beaten down. So if you want to see that, then do go ahead, as there's not much left of the round after that, maybe a minute or two. And yeah, I will leave you there with the remainder of my ass being thoroughly kicked. And I hope you all have a good week. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!